Hey everybody, I'm Tim here with the Asylum Connecticut, and you're watching Cigars Daily. I want to invite you to get more out of all of our videos when you watch them now on CigarsDailyPlus.com, where you can watch this same review and even leave your score of a cigar right next to mine under the video. When you read the blending information for the Asylum Connecticut, it doesn't sound that spectacular or special or jump off the page at you. It's got an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper leaf with Honduran binders and fillers. So a pretty standard style blend, but there's one thing I know about Tom Lazuka, who puts these things together. He's got sort of a special way to take everyday tobaccos and make them into interesting, intriguing, different types of blends. So my question about this Connecticut here is, can it give you that Tom Lazuka X factor to set itself apart from so many other Connecticut's on the market? And the only way to find out is with a cut and a light. Alright, well, the opening profile is nice. It's not extravagant again, but it kicks off with something a little bit unique. First of all, very forward on cedar, and that's not spectacular or different. But this also does come with some citrus right up front, along with a nice balanced sweetness from the wrapper, and for an introductory profile, it's good, but certainly stands to gain more now as we jump into the first third. Alright, in the first third here, and I'll say, it's performing well on pretty much every level. First of all, construction, pretty dang even burn on this, nice white ash that's holding on pretty well, and flavor has come to life a little bit more too, and filled out some of those missing areas in the profile. In addition to cedar, which is still strong, sort of the strongest thing there, and a little bit of citrus in this, I'm also getting a really nice subtle vanilla with like a honey type sweetness underlaying the whole thing. So sweetness is not quite balanced with everything else, but it's a diverse profile here, and the honey sweetness is great. There's a few different types of sweetness I get, by the way. Sometimes a raisiny sweetness, sometimes vanilla. Rarely do I find this really nice sweet honey type sweetness from the wrapper. So lots of good stuff going on in the first third, and really great, especially for a cigar that's in the $6 range. If we can get some transitions or twists and turns or some kind of flavor adventure out of this cigar, it stands to do great in the review, but it still has a lot of work to do. So let's jump into the second third and see where this takes us. Well, there went a beautifully forming ash, but really that's not what this stick is presenting. That's my favorite thing right now. So goodbye ash, it's all over my lap. This thing is kicked along with and continued to provide really great flavor in the second third. Overall creamy now. Certainly it's sort of the apex of the best sort of version of this flavor where there's more balance. Sweetness has sort of come up in line with a lot of the other notes that I'm getting in this, and there's no new notes. It's really the same profile I was getting in the first third, so no transitions here, but really nice, pleasant profile for a Connecticut. This is the kind of thing that, like, when I'm going to smoke a first cigar of the day, I'm looking for a blend just like this one, as long as it can provide in the final third, which we'll find out in a minute. But first, take a look at the wrapper on this with me. Off the shelf, this thing comes with that like rice paper covering 2/3 of the cigar presentation, which looks really good, but let's get that off there so we can see that leaf. Now we're looking at that Ecuadorian Connecticut leaf, and it's a beautiful presentation with a couple things I'll point out. Sort of wrinkled veins on this, which to me harkens back to a lot of what I see in Cuban cigars. I see a lot of the Nicaraguan, Honduran, Dominican companies actually working those veins out to be straighter, but here they're sort of wrinkled, which just kind of makes it look like a Cuban to me. The roll lines on it are pretty even, but the leaf itself is beautiful, and it's a great presentation from Asylum with orange that jumps off the shelf at just about anybody. But like I said before, flavor on this thing has been really pleasant. There's really not much to offend just about anybody here. Up to this point, it seems like a great stick to give to a beginner, but now I want to jump into that final third and see what that increased strength looks like and what that flavor profile does as we get near the end. So let's jump into that final third and see where this takes us and what kind of score it gets. Okay, I'm coming so dangerously close to burning my fingers on this thing that I've got to call it a wrap right here. This thing continues to spit out incredible flavor in the final third. That's the big upset for me with this cigar. It's absolutely all of the flavor profile from the first and second third, with all of the sweetness still completely intact. And I'm right here at like the last few puffs of this thing. That is impressive and something that I cannot say about all of the Connecticut's that I've reviewed here on the channel. So this thing has been really good in construction, amazing on flavor, didn't lose too many points here or there. My final smoking time on this has been 59 minutes for the Robusto size, and my score came out to an even 90. I think Tom Lazuka's got a really great way of blending cigars into being consistent, reliable, good, and a little bit different. But the big thing that matters here and what we really care about this is what you guys think about it. So if you've had the Asylum 13 Connecticut, please drop a comment down below with what you think about it, because we'll all learn better when we learn together. And I want to invite you to check this video out on cigarsdailyplus.com, where you get more out of all of our videos, and you can even leave your score of a cigar right next to mine underneath the video. And thank you all for supporting Cigars Daily. It means the world to our family, and we love providing for you guys here. So thank you so much for watching. This is Tim signing off for Cigars Daily, and I will see you in the comments.